Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Saturday, November 26, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Toronto Raptors vs Dallas Mavericks. This is the second game of a 3-game road trip for the Mavericks, and none of these games are easy. They lost at Boston on Wednesday, 125-112, and it was their third loss in their last 4 games. That dropped them to 9-8 on the season, 1.5 games behind New Orleans in the Southwest Division and 10th in the Western Conference. After this game with Toronto, it gets tougher as they head to Milwaukee to face the Bucks. The Toronto Raptors have also dropped 2 straight games. They lost a 124-122 buzzer beater at Atlanta last Saturday as the Hawks' A.J. Griffin hit a shot as time expired to win it, and then they followed that up with a 112-98 loss at home versus Brooklyn on Wednesday. In the loss to the Nets, the Raptors were terrible from the floor, shooting just 35.6% from the floor and 24.1% from three-point range. To be fair, the Raptors were without their 3 best players, Scottie Barnes, Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam. Siakam remains out until early December, while Barnes and VanVleet are questionable for this game. Against the Nets, the Raptors were led by Gary Trent with 19 points, while Og Anunoby had 15 points, and Chris Boucher chipped in with 12 points and 16 rebounds. The Raptors average 111.7 points per game, which ranks 15th, while they give up 110.1 points per game, which ranks 10th in the league. If the Mavericks are going to snag a game on this road trip, this is the game they are going to win. The Raptors are the lesser of the 3 teams, but also, they are banged up with the potential for their 3 best players to be out. No one can really stop Doncic, so he will do his thing, and he has been getting some support from Wood and Dinwiddie. That should be enough to take care of a depleted Raptors team. The real strength of this Mavericks team, outside of Doncic, is its defense, ranked number 1 in scoring defense. They should be able to hold down the Raptors and walk away with a win. Take Dallas to cover. Luka Doncic scored 42 points, but had little help from his supporting cast in a 125-112 loss at the hands of the Boston Celtics Wednesday. Spencer Dinwiddie, who was listed as questionable with a dislocated shoulder, had 15 points for Dallas, but looked a bit tentative, likely due to the Celtics' tenacious defense. Boston led by as many as 27 points in the third quarter, before Dallas scored 13 of the next 15 points. The Mavericks got within 9 midway through the fourth quarter, but that was as close as they would come. The Mavs had beaten Boston in 4 consecutive games. 3 of the wins came on a 3-pointer in the final seconds, and 2 of those were with no time at all on the clock. Dallas tried to make it a game late, but had little juice. Dorian Finney-Smith was the only other starter to score in double figures. Christian Wood scored 26 and 12 off the bench, but a lot of that came with the game firmly in the grasp. Dallas has remained afloat to open the year, entering this game with Toronto a game over .500. Dallas is averaging a touch over 109 points per game, good for 25th in the NBA. Entering this game with Toronto, they are last in pace, and that has a lot to do with their low point production and projected totals being lower. Playing without most of their scoring core, the Toronto Raptors struggled offensively in a 112-98 loss to the Brooklyn Nets on Wednesday. Gary Trent Jr. scored 19 points, but he has struggled since coming back from injury. The Raptors get VanVleet back, but that will not be enough to dictate the tempo of this game, which will be dominated by Luka Doncic. The total number has gone under in 5 of 7 meetings between these 2 interconference teams. Take the under here. Oklahoma City Thunder vs Houston Rockets. The Oklahoma City Thunder are currently in 12th place in the Western Conference standings, but they are only 4.5 games back from the first-place Phoenix Suns. They are also 3-7 in their last 10. On offense, Oklahoma City is scoring 116.9 points per game, and they are shooting 46.8% from the floor. This is the 5th most points scored per game and the 14th highest team shooting percentage. They have continued to attack the basket and score inside, but they have also shown that they have a few players that can step behind the arc and knock down threes. The Thunder are shooting 34.9% from deep, which is the 17th highest three-point shooting percentage in the NBA. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander continues to lead the way for the Thunder, as he is scoring 31.1 points per game and dishing out 6.3 assists. According to dunksandthrees.com, the Thunder have an adjusted offensive rating of 112.3, which is the 13th highest offensive rating in the league. The Oklahoma City Thunder have also struggled at the free throw line at different times this season. They have knocked down 77.1% of their shots at the charity stripe, which is the 22nd lowest free throw shooting percentage in the league. They can't continue to miss out on these free looks at the basket and still expect to win these games. The Houston Rockets have not had the start to the season that they were hoping for, as they are 2-8 in their last 10 games played. They are also in last place in the Western Conference, as they are 8 games back from the Phoenix Suns. On offense, the Rockets are scoring 108.6 points per game, and they have shot 43.6% from the floor. This is the 26th most points scored per game and the lowest team shooting percentage in the league. They have continued to score in the paint, but they have been inconsistent from deep. Houston is shooting 34.6% from behind the three-point line, as this is the 19th highest three-point shooting percentage in the NBA. According to dunksandthrees.com, the Rockets have an adjusted offensive rating of 109.6, which is the 24th lowest offensive rating. Houston has been up and down at the free throw line as well. They have only made 77.4% of their shots at the charity stripe, as this is the 20th lowest free throw shooting percentage in the NBA. I will pick the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I am going to lay the points, -2.5. They are the better team on both ends of the court, as I see them outscoring the Rockets in this game. According to dunksandthrees.com, the Rockets have the 27th highest adjusted defensive rating, and they are allowing the 25th most points per game. Their opponents have shot 47.9% from the floor, as the Thunder will continue to push the pace and score enough points to cover the spread in this game. The Thunder are currently scoring the 5th most points per game, and they have the 16th highest team three-point shooting percentage. The Rockets will continue to give them open looks at the basket, and Oklahoma City will take advantage. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been playing at a high level, as the Rockets don't have anyone that can consistently slow him down. He will carry his team on the offensive end of the court and allow them to slowly pull away. Houston will struggle to keep up with them, as they are only scoring the 26th most points per game, and they have the lowest team shooting percentage from the field. They will continue to miss open looks, as the Thunder will continue to build their lead throughout this game. Pick the Oklahoma City Thunder and lay the points, -2.5. Death, taxes, and Oklahoma City hitting the over. This season, the Thunder are the best over team in the NBA as they are 13-5, and although back-to-backs are usually slower pace, I still like them here. The Rockets' defense is terrible, while OKC always scores a ton of points, no matter who they play. Along with that, Houston plays at a pace of 103, which ranks 10th, and is averaging 226.9 ppg in their last 8 games. OKC, meanwhile, are playing at a pace of 104.1, which ranks 4th in the NBA, and is averaging 252.25 ppg, which is why I like the over here. Both teams' defenses struggle, so take the over here.